Ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel and True Hill Heat Facebook for our Power Book 4 Force Season 3 Episodes 1 and 2 review, as we break down the first 2 episodes of the final season of Power Book 4 Force as Tommy's story in Chicago concludes. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. She is the princess of all the true heels. She is rant specialist extraordinaire, Miss Krssi Love.
What's happening, peeps? Happy Monday evening. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night. I don't know where you are, but hey, thank you for joining us. How's everybody doing? How was your Monday, SP?
My Monday has been good. I got a haircut for the first time in forever.
Looks great.
My hair was looking a mess on Saturday, so I was like, yeah, I got a great hair. I
see the fresh lineup. I see you, son.
My missus is so Italian that she was like, my hairline is too straight. I was like, you've been hanging out with white boys your whole life.
Right. It's supposed to be like that. Like, which way is it supposed to? Like, do you not know who we are?
She said, it's just so straight. I was like, I mean, that's the point, babe.
Yeah. It's okay. You know, it's all right. You know,
it's all right. You know, we love her.
Right. Exactly. It's all love. You know.
But yes, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your Power Book 4 Force fans and friends on all your favorite social media platforms. You can also share this video on your YouTube if you like, as well as you can also comment down below. We love to interact with all of you. If you're watching us on demand and watching back this review, let us know what you thought about the first 2 episodes of season 3 of Force. And of course, if you're with us live, we love to interact with you directly as you're watching us as we talk about Power Book 4 Force. So a comment in the live chat will highlight all of your comments as it comes in and interact with you and hear your thoughts on what you got to say about Power Book 4 Force. But we're going to get into things. Before we get into things, Miss Krssi Love, how do you feel about Power Book 4 Force? Because we're jumping into things in season 3. Usually we would do like a character tier list or stuff to talk about the first 2 seasons, but we might as well, since it's the final season, do it at the end. Yeah, do it at the end. It makes way more sense to do it at the end, since this is the end of the series. So what kind of your viewpoint of Power Book 4 Force and where it lands to you in the Power universe? Because I always say, Power universe, some people kind of rank it, and I think I have the similar ranking of most people. If I ranked all 4 shows, I would have the first, the OG Power number 1. I would have Raising Kanan number 2. And then number 3 can depend on Ghost or Force. I think that Ghost let me down so much in season 4 that I would put Force at number 3 at this point. But it depends on because it depends.
It depends on what season you're talking about and where.
I think season 2. I think where they were at, where I left off with Ghost is not a good thing. Where I left off with Force before season 3 was good. So that's why I think I would rank it higher than Ghost at this point.
Okay. And Ghost is, of course, with Tariq or whatever. So, I mean, they can rank neck and neck, but if you have to pick one, it all depends on where the person is starting from or seeing the shows from. I actually liked Force from the get-go, and sometimes it did deliver more than Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed season 1 a lot more than a lot of people, mainly because I really enjoyed the fact that it felt closer to the OG Power than Raising Kanan and Ghost.
Yes.
Mainly because Tommy is the main character. He just replaced another black guy for another black guy as his partner. And then in the first season, he had Liliana, which was a callback to the first season of Power.
Yep.
Really got me into the show, and I think season 1 was definitely just a solid start, a fine start to the show. But I think season 2 definitely was the better of the 2 seasons. I think that they put that out the water in season 2. Season 2 was a very good season.
Very good season. Yes, I'd have to agree with you on that one. I think it more so is Tommy was partners and always wanted to be a number 1 guy. But, you had Ghost there. So I guess for him moving to Chicago and moving somewhere else and I can do my own thing. And I don't have to really question, no one can really question me. I have to answer to people. He has, what's the name? But he's mostly the head guy in charge, basically. He keeps saying it's
and we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes where he is coming off very much like Ghost in his partnership with Tommy.
Yep. Absolutely. Yes. Let's get into it because that's exactly how he's acting. So, yeah.
We got a couple of people in the live chat with us. Jose, good to see you, good brother, and good to see your name because I usually only see the ats now on our channel, but over here I'm able to see your name. He says, first 2 episodes haven't been bad. He says, I think the Miguel Tommy stuff has been the best so far, along with Diamond maybe turning on Tommy at some point. Yeah, I like the stories that they have presented to us. They have a lot of storylines that they would need to wrap up by the end of the season that they have already kickstarted and kind of stem from what we said was a very good season 2. And I think mainly season 2 was so good is because it set up a lot of things for season 3, whether it be Vic being basically a mole, basically a spy for the FBI, a snitch, crown snitch, and Tommy finding out about that, whether it be the Diamond and Tommy relationship and this whole triangle that they have with Jenard and Shanti plotting against Tommy. Tommy and Shanti plotting against Claudia and trying to get her killed. Claudia still being alive. We didn't know at the end of the season, and how they left it. It was very much up in the air if she died or not after she got stabbed. So they had a lot of things going, and that's why I will say that that episode 2 was probably better than episode 1 to me.
Yes,
because episode 1 really functioned as an epilogue, whereas when we reviewed Raising Kanan, the last season, season 4,
Right.
we talked about how that first episode was basically like the behind the scenes of season 3, where
Yes.
it was just unique, just watching what we already saw in season 3, and we're just seeing it from his perspective and what he was doing. This was more of like the right way to do the season finale of Peacemaker. This is an epilogue that starts off the new season and basically just is like, okay, this is the storylines that we have going on. This is what you have to look forward to next. That's what an epilogue should form as. It should start the season. It really shouldn't end the season.
You shouldn't need to. Yeah, exactly. I'm sick of Homeboy and his girlfriend. I'm sick of them too. I'm so sick of them too.
Jenard?
Jenard, yeah. Jenard and
Shanti?
Homegirl. Sick of them too. Sick of them too. Just so sick of them too. You know what it is?
I won't front. I did not like her at first, but I kind of fucks with Shanti. By the end of the season, especially her turning on Claudia, by the end of season 2, I was kind of like, I kind of fucks with you. And then her in Tommy in the episode 1, how they took her to Marquez Cartel, I was like, you know what? Shanti might be one of the baddest females in the Power universe.
But I feel she might be okay, yes, that is true. And the way she turned on Claudia, great. I just feel like she's so hungry to be in charge, she's gonna mess up some kind of way.
Yeah.
I think, and that's what's irking me about her. She's got
too much hunger where it comes off like
she has that Dre mentality. Like, stop.
Ooh, you know what? That was a very accurate comparison, but I'm kind of mad because I do like Shanti and I hated Dre. Power Driver Finisher says, I enjoyed Force in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Like, to me personally, I said it when we did our power ranking, me and Chris G. Tommy is my favorite character in the Power universe. So that's mainly why I've always enjoyed Force.
Yes. He's definitely one of the best characters that was created from the Power universe. Yeah,
it's got to be, for me, it's 1A, 1B with him and Ghost.
Yeah. True, they're like this. There's no like one on top of the other. They're like next to each other. They have to share the top space.
Absolutely.
I
Jose
wish they
says,
would bring him back some kind of way, but whatever. Ghost himself.
Just bring him back in a flashback. That's all we need. Or him narrate Legacy. Or what is it? No, what is it called? Origins. Origins is what it's called.
I like that. I love that idea, SP. I think he's pissed off 50 so much. Like, what happens when people get pissed off, they get rid of and they don't come back. So I think that's really why they didn't bring back BMF. So, hey, whatever.
I mean, yeah, BMF is we didn't talk about that on the channel, but BMF has been canceled after season 4. I mean, a lot of us saw it coming with the whole fallout of the relationship with Little Meech, and 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
So
niggas didn't want to play their roles. You done messed up everybody's jobs and whatnot now. Too greedy. Got to Hollywood. Want to be all in the videos and be like Diddy.
Pour one out for BMF. It was a good show for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, for the first 2 seasons, then the third season, I couldn't. I was like, oh god. The
third season is like first season is like a solid, it's like a really good 8 out of 10. Second season is either 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Maybe you say it's a little bit down from the first season. Season 3 is like a 4 out of 10. It just ends weird. It just never makes sense. The acting performances are not that strong. So yeah, it was a garbage season. And then season 4 was like a 6.5 out of 10.
It was 6, right? It didn't even really help it or save it. It didn't gave us all these unanswered. Well, we know how it ends, but it just, if you need to see the story, you got to watch the documentary now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we probably when we rated it when it first happened, I think we went 7.5, but in retrospect, it's 6.5.
6. Yeah, we was actually being very nice, having hopes for the other episodes. Yep, exactly. But let's get into it.
Jose says Ghost kind of fell off, in my opinion, when Zeke was killed. Ghost peaked at the end of season 3. The end of season 3 with everybody turning on Tariq and Brayden making the save for him. That's the peak. That's probably where the series should have ended. It shouldn't even have done season.
Yeah, right, exactly. When they drove, yeah. That should have been.
They should have kept driving and wound up in Chicago in this season.
Yep. Because they could have easily started elsewhere, somewhere else. Like, okay, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like, school is not really working over here, so let's go somewhere else. Yeah. Brayden really don't give a shit, so he might as well just leave and go somewhere else anyway. So he'll get money wherever he goes. Like.
Oh, we got Ace who says, I enjoyed all of them. He also says Miguel deserves Hater of the Year award. Might be onto something there. Stacey Marks is up there as well. And he says,
my God, I can't. No, matter of fact, I think I hate her more than I hate what's her name?
I've hated Stacey Marks since season 2, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in season 3. Speaking of which, we should go right into season 3, episode 1. So the episode starts off pretty much where we left off in the episode 10 of season 2. Tommy is freaking out after Miguel told him that he will never see Mireya again. Diamond wants to know what is going on because Tommy is behaving strangely, but Tommy is still keeping his secret and refused to talk for now. He tells Diamond to go find Vic at the warehouse before the feds do. They just text him that he knows that something is up and that he has to go get him. And he basically just demands that Diamond does it. And you can kind of see Diamond make a face like,
nigga, what? Like, yeah.
Miguel is holding Mireya against her will. He says that she betrayed him the moment that she slept with his enemy, Tommy, and she helped him connect with El Shay. Mireya threatens Shay by grabbing his gun. He points the gun at him, but Miguel is like, you don't even have it in you. He tries to point the gun at his head. And then she points the gun at herself, threatening to kill herself, which then does worry Miguel a bit. But then she has a bigger threat, where she threatens to tell El Che that Miguel killed his son to become the leader of insane princesses. I was like, God damn, y'all hit me in the face with that, like the opening minutes of the show. When was that going to be brought up? She will only be silent if he agrees to leave her and Tommy alone. Miguel refuses and says that he will never allow her to leave. Meanwhile, you got Jenard and Shanti. They're making love in the boxing ring. You can see all their clothes spread out on the mat as they are celebrating because they believe that Miguel has killed Tommy like they planned. However, Shanti is the first one that realizes that something's up. She's suspicious after Miguel doesn't call to confirm that he's done the deed. Tommy pulls up on Miguel. He's irate. He's going crazy. He demands to know if Mireya is okay. He goes after Miguel, but a couple of his men try to hold him back, but they're not even able to hold Tommy back because he's enraged. He goes off and has to be restrained by the men. Miguel talks Tommy and he tells Tommy that he let Mireya go, but he's only allowing Tommy to do business to keep the peace with Che. So we kind of have a ceasefire for this war, but just for now, it seems.
It's just a pin in it. Just put a pin in it.
Yeah. Then you got Merkovich, who is in jail after they got busted at the end of season 2 with Claudia. U.S. Attorney Stacey Marks believes that Vic was killed as she goes to the warehouse and he's not there anymore after Diamond came and picked him up. Vic was questioning Diamond, but Diamond just had his men rough Vic up and tell him to come with him. I don't know. I don't understand how these people treated you in this matter. And all Tommy has to say that it's not you and you believe him. I'm sorry. You can tell by the way these people are treating you that they believe you're a snitch.
Right. Exactly. And it's the way you're moving it. We use like they're just being too like okay with you. You know what I'm saying? After they done picked you up, you got to have like in your mind, and that's why I think he's freaking out when he goes see when you get to the next part or whatever.
Yeah. So Stacy thinks that the next target for the feds needs to be Tommy. The detectives don't agree. They think they should focus on convicting the cartel and heads that they just arrested. Stacy has to put a hold on the meeting after she learns Donna from the DNC wants to chat. She encourages Stacy to run for mayor. Tommy, meanwhile, and Diamond tell Vic they believe that Shanti is the snitch, which relieves Vic. He looks relieved since he believes that they don't know it was him. Once he leaves, Diamond asks Tommy why he let Vic leave when he's a snitch. Tommy says that Vic is on borrowed time, but they will use him while they can. Diamond receives word that Merkovich has died in prison, as we see that Merkovich met with the cartel's lawyer, and he basically is the cartel's lawyer is this Asian guy, and he's basically telling him, like, you know, we're gonna get you out, we're gonna get you moved to another facility, and you know those how the police go, they don't protect that very well, so you can find a way to get out, basically. And he gives him a note as he signs over the papers for the transfer, and he holds on to the note. So when he gets back to his prison cell, he opens up the note, and all it says is goodbye. And it has some substance that basically poisons Merkovich and kills him right in his prison cell.
Some type of anthrax, whatever he touched or whatever, and then he starts foaming at the mouth. I was like, damn, yo, that's crazy. the ill double cross.
Word. Meanwhile, you got Shanti tells Jenard that all he has to do is take out Diamond while he's at the barbershop to get the ball rolling, since Miguel will handle Tommy. Then as soon as she says white boy, Tommy pops up and he says, how you doing, party people? And then he repeats himself. He says, you didn't hear me? I said. How you doing, party people?
If they could shit in their pants, they would have, yo.
Yo, their jaws is on the floor when Tommy pops up.
Pick it up. Just pick it up. Yep.
He says that they need to go meet with the Albanians now that the Serbs are out. The Serbs were their supplier and one of the biggest in Chicago. Stacy, meanwhile, attempts to talk to Claudia in prison. She says that Vic didn't snitch on her. He was trying to snitch on Tommy. But with Claudia's help, they can make things right, since the Marquez cartel is actually bigger, and they want her dead too. Claudia, though, she refuses. She refuses to go against the cartel because she says she's dead either way. You get Miguel is working the system against Tommy, meanwhile. But as soon as Stacy goes to her car after this meeting, she is surprised by the other Flynn, Vic, and she sees that he's alive. He says that Tommy doesn't know that he's the snitch, and he believes that it was Shanti that was the snitch. Stacy even seems like, I don't know about that. I don't know that. He says he's on the clear. Stacy tells Vic that he has no other option but to help her because he doesn't want an enemy out of the U.S. attorney. Claudia later tells Chan, who is the cartel's lawyer, to tell Ortega that Tommy and Shanti are the ones responsible for their current mess. Ortega will have them taken out later that night. Diamond and Tommy locate Pita of the Albanian mob. After Tommy offers to the Albanians new supplier, you get Pete says that Miguel has already beat them to the punch and actually secured them as their new supplier. So Tommy figures they should play the long game and pursue the Italians instead. Miguel has a plan as well. He will set things up to have one of Tommy's enemies take him out. Che and Mireya won't know he had anything to do with it that way. Jenard, meanwhile, he gets sent to see King Kilo after he contacts him, but he's with Shanti, and he has to visit him in prison. He's still angry about his nephew Mad Dog, who was killed by D-Mac at the end of season 2. He tells Jenard that he has 1 week to put D-Mac down. He said he can't live with himself. He can't wake up every morning knowing that kid is still alive. Or he says it will ruin Kilo's relationship with the CBI and basically cause a whole war with his gang. Then you got Shanti tells Jenard that they should use D-Mac instead of killing him to get Tommy and Diamond taken out. They will bring D-Mac in and make it look like Tommy and Diamond have been protecting him to Kilo. Then they will hand D-Mac over to King Kilo once he has killed Tommy and Diamond. I do love how she's so quick on the ball with another plan, because the first plan failed with Miguel taking out Tommy, and she's already quick on the ball. As soon as she heard the thing from King Kilo, she was able to kind of process.
She's like, use this part. Yep.
She's like Jenard with actual brains.
Yeah. Because he ain't got no brains. He's definitely not the smart one out of the bunch. So, the woman she got all the brains and she's the whole head of the operation.
He fried those brain cells when he was on the needle.
He kept getting high. He still want to be high.
You could tell, right? Vic visits Paulie's widow, Beth. He hands her an envelope to give Stacy should anything happen to him, which I said as soon as I saw the envelope, I was like, that's Chefkov's gun. That's gonna come up later. It's not gonna even come up until probably Vic's dead. That's when that envelope comes up.
Yep.
He also gives her cash. It's called Chefkov's gun. It's a term that they use in film when something is basically a prop or something that's going to be used later in the film is brought up early in the film. Like, okay, it's basically I'm trying to think of one. Well, one case in wrestling is the women's blood and guts, when Mercedes throws all her titles into the women's blood and guts. And it's not until really the end that's a key factor in the reason that her team won. That's called the Chefkov's gun. That's basically you put it in early, you introduce it early, but you're not really going to use it effectively until the end. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he tells Beth that he gives her the money, says he wants her to live the good life like Paulie wanted for her. She breaks down in tears when she realizes that she will likely never see Vic again. This was a sweet moment, even though I don't like sweet moments with Vic because he sucks.
But that it just shows that, one, he is going to die, and two, whatever he gave her it definitely will help her. I mean, will help, show or like prove or whatever it is that he needs to like get done.
Yeah. Jenard tells Diamond that Kilo wants D-Mac dead or it will cause chaos in their coalition. Diamond tells Jenard to take out D-Mac. Jenard then tells him that he shouldn't even feel bad about making the call behind Tommy's back, since he doesn't tell you everything that he does behind your back. And Diamond's like, what do you mean by that? So Jenard spills the beans. He says that one of his guys saw Mireya leaving Tommy's crib and that he's been cracking Mireya behind Miguel's back and behind Diamond's back. This upsets Diamond a bit. He wonders if Jenard knew about this beforehand, but then he handles business and confronts Tommy about his relationship with Mireya. Tommy promises to be honest moving forward and that's fucked up what he did.
Lies.
Diamond says that Diamond says that their partnership will end the next time Tommy isn't forthcoming with the truth. Then he dips out. The Marquez cartel attacks when Tommy visits Shanti at her gym. They take out the men together and conclude that it was Claudia who was behind all of this. And then finally, the episode ends with Jenard picking up D-Mac, and we don't know what he's going to do with him, even though we've seen the this season trailer, which obviously we're going to see more of D-Mac. What the fuck are we talking about? D-Mac also approached Diamond during the episode, asking to be back in CBI. Yeah, I hate Vic, but D-Mac is the worst character on the show.
Thank you. Please, because I think he's the most hated person on this show. I hate him more than even the FBI, even more than the FBI lady. I cannot stand D-Mac. I'm so sick of that boy. Sick of him. I feel like how I felt about Tariq and when he was when he kept playing around with fucking Kanan.
It's like season 4, season 5, Tariq. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's already pissed me off enough where I'm just like, I don't like you. I don't like you,
Can you
kid.
just just get rid of him, please?
Can they just kill you already? I'm
Yep.
kind of for King Kilo just killing you, actually. Vic is trying to dip on out. He goes and gets a rental car to drive off, but Tommy catches him. Tommy tells Vic that he is keeping him alive to be his inside man with the feds and saying that he owns him now. And Vic knows that he is fucking screwed.
Yep.
And that was season 3, episode 1 of Power Book 4 Force. Any thoughts? What was your thoughts on this episode? And what did you think?
I thought it was a good start of the show. I thought it gave a good send off. I thought it sets the tone for the season. It opened or played all the cards that needed to be played, so you could start into all different stories where everything is going to be laid out. I feel like.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of laying the cards out, laying the dominoes that are going to fall within this whole situation, because there's a lot of storylines and a lot of interpersonal kind of rivalries and relationships that's going to be the focus of the season. Tommy, of course, at the center with his whole war with Miguel, trying to finally achieve his goal for Chicago of being the biggest connect. You got him and Diamond and their partnership, and Jenard kind of trying to drive a wedge in between them, as well as Diamond making moves behind his back in regards to D-Mac. You got D-Mac in his story of trying to get back into CBI, and everybody's just trying to keep him safe. And is he going to get himself killed or somebody else killed in the process of all of this? You got the Diamond and Jenard relationship. Will Jenard actually kill Diamond like Shanti wants him to? That whole Shanti and Jenard partnership trying to take down Timon and Tommy. You got Tommy going at it with the Marquez cartel and Claudia Flynn. You got Vic as the inside man. There's a lot of interesting stories going on. So I did like this episode, and I like the fact, maybe too many, but I like the fact that this worked as an epilogue to kind of go over everything and lay everything out for the season.
Yep. Agreed.
So for season 3, episode 1, let's put our thumbs in the middle in 3 and 2 and 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Miss Krssi Love, out of 10, what did you give this episode?
I give this episode an 8.
An 8? Okay. Yeah, I'd go 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 sounds right. Yeah, this was a
I thought really 7.5 would have been too low. So
yeah, I think 7.5, 8 seems like the fairest rating for this episode. It was just a really good way to kind of kick off the season and put everything, the cards on the table, and what we have to look forward to. What's the stories that we're going to get to throughout the season? Who was the MVP for this episode, Krssi?
I would have maybe Shanti.
Shanti? I mean, she did well to kind of follow up. I'm gonna give it to Tommy. He did meet up with Mireya by the end of the episode, so he got what he wanted at the start of the episode. He's got his things in effect. He's got Vic as the inside man. I feel like Tommy was the one who accomplished the most, and he is. Joseph Sikora is definitely the best actor on the show as well. So.
All right, so I can change mine. I agree with you. Tommy is okay. He sets the tone, and he is like the best thing that's happened with this whole franchise. So yeah, sure, Tommy.
Yeah. I will pre-warn everybody. I will not be giving him the MVP for episode 2 because he made some dumbass decisions. He is not getting it for episode 2. I will let you know that in advance, and I am sorry if you are upset about it. But let's get into that episode 2 for season 3 of Power Book 4 Force. This one was more of Tommy and Diamond. It immediately followed up from episode 1. We start off the episode with Tommy and Diamond basically putting Vic in a tub and trying to suffocate him, drown him, trying to waterboard him.
I'm about to say waterboard him. Yes, exactly.
To basically get him on side to their plan that they have for him, and being the inside man, being basically a double agent and telling Stacey Marks any information. Yeah, double agent, telling Stacey Marks any information that he needs. So he basically tells him the first mission that he has is to basically get his sister to get on board with them taking over the Viagra Triangle. So we see, I'll just do the whole Vic storyline for this episode to start things off. So we see Vic, he goes to see Claudia. He sees her in the meeting room, and he basically tells her that he's here on behalf of business and Tommy. And he says that they are taking over the Viagra Triangle, and basically she has no other choice. It's like the Marquez is not going to help you. Yeah, we know.
Get down and lay down. Which one you want to do?
Yeah, Shanti's here with us. We already know everything. So you either get down or lay down, and she says that she's down with it, which causes a little bit of a domino effect because Claudia then meets with Stacey Marks. So like we said in the first episode, she told Stacey Marks no, she won't snitch on the Marquez cartel, but she comes to Stacey Marks with a better proposition. She wants to snitch on Tommy. she's connected to now Tommy and CBI through the Viagra Triangle, so she basically wants to snitch on Tommy and give him up to Stacey Marks and work with her. So we'll see how that works out from the coming attractions in season 3, episode 3. Seems like that's gonna get her out of jail. That's all she needed.
And that's all she wanted to get out of jail. She still got, her lady got a business, so she got some source of money or income somewhere.
Yeah, so now that Tommy and CBI are a part of the Viagra Triangle, we see that Shanti meets up with her girlfriend, who she meets with, and she basically gives her like the sob act where she fake cries. We see that's a fake cry by the end. Fake cries, and basically convinces her to work with Tommy and Shanti with this whole thing, and that it's her life is on the line, basically. So she meets with Shanti, and she, her and Shanti have the same rapport that they had last season, where they are kind of not with each other, and Shanti calling her Becky. So she's basically like, oh, I'll just do this on my own. I'll just do this myself. So this leads to basically the girlfriend, Claudia's girlfriend, running things at the club for the Viagra Triangle. And she has an issue as one of the dancers has overcharged one of the patrons. Everybody's being charged $1,000 for the drugs. She charges him $2,000 and is trying to skim some money off the top, apparently. But Shanti is aware of this, or is already at the club, or hears about it. So she shows up and approaches the dancer and whoops her ass, just bangs her up against the locker room, punches her in the ribs, fucking broke her ribs with some punches and shit. I was like, yo, Shanti.
She had a whole box and whatnot, so of course that, works in her favor.
Shanti, showstopper page. That's what we here for. Let's go.
Showstopper page. You stupid.
Showstopper. So she tells the girlfriend that she's just like Claudia, that she's an entitled rich girl who's way over her head and is gonna get herself killed, and basically tells her about herself. Then you got Vic, who continues on his whole journey. He tells Tommy that she's in. Then he visits Beth to let her know that basically he's alive, and tells him that he's in a situation where he's got 2 devils on his neck. And Beth basically gives him some thin advice, telling him that he needs to figure out which one of these devils he can get on his side more. So Tommy calls Vic and gives him a mission because he wants to basically hold off the leader of the cartel, which is Ortega, who is still in jail. So he basically tells Vic that he needs to initiate a plan. So Vic goes to Stacey Marks' office as she's finishing up a meeting with a campaign manager and her assistant. Her assistant basically catches the eye of Vic, but Vic tells Stacey Marks that Tommy is going to try to kill Ortega, and that he's going to get to him somehow, some way if he had to put money on it, so that leads to Stacey Mark getting Ortega into solitary confinement, which plays into the whole Tommy and Tommy and Diamond part of this, who were on a few missions in this episode. But we'll get to Tommy, Tommy, Diamond, and Jenard in a bit here. But what did you think about with the Vic storyline, which ended with him going to this bar and sitting right next to the campaign manager's assistant, and basically flirting with her, asking her to have dinner with him. And it seems like that's going to be his way in, because he knows that Stacey told Tommy during this episode that Stacey Marks is running for mayor. And Tommy was like, ooh, I've always wanted a mayor in my pocket.
In my pocket. It'll help Vic, of course, because of course, they don't know who who the campaign person doesn't know who he is. So it'll be one of his little friends. He's probably gonna wind up sleeping with her, or
more than likely.
I mean, we'll see what's happening, but we see Vic is just buying time and just playing the mold character until his final. He only got a few more days.
She said he only got a few more days. That's all he got. Just a few more days.
Yeah, just a few more days.
All right, let's talk about your favorite character, D-Mac. D-Mac in this episode, we find out that all Jenard did was pick him up and make sure that he was sitting on his ass by giving him money. He's complaining to Marshall at his apartment about it that he's staying at. But apparently Tommy has found out that D-Mac is around. So he goes to Marshall's crib, bangs on his door, basically warns Marshall that he was like him before, where he would protect his brother no matter what the cost. But he warned him that doesn't always work out very well, because Tommy knows very well with ghosts.
Yeah.
So he goes and finds D-Mac, and he basically warns him, telling him, is this the school? He was like, oh, no, they were trying to make me cut my dreads. Mind you, in season 2, this nigga was ready to cut his dreads for his girl.
He a whole clown. Whole damn clown. Whole ass clown.
I didn't think they could write a kid character worse than Tariq, but there is a kid character worse than Tariq. There's D-Mac.
And we got Jabari over here, over on this side of town. Jabari, what you doing over here, son?
But yeah, so D-Mac is warned by Tommy. He says, as long as I'm in, you're out. So D-Mac lies to Tommy, tells him he doesn't even want to be in CBI anymore. Tommy tries to give him advice and tell him to stay clear and stay out, that he can get arrested or killed, depending on, what the hell he did, because he killed the cop, for God's sakes, last season. So when Tommy leaves, D-Mac says that he's not going to sit on his ass, and that he's going to do something to make some bread and make a boss move to get the attention of CBI, so they put him in the gang. So this leads to D-Mac coming up with the brilliant plan to rob a casino night down in Chinatown. You got Marshall, who's in there, who's acting like he's a part of the game. He's just the ploy guy. He's the inside man. As D-Mac comes in with a mask, you get this Asian drug dealer who tried to put up $20K worth of drugs on the casino night, on the casino game. He takes that. He takes all the money at the casino night. The Asian guy warns him. He's like, you're going to regret that. You're making the wrong move. He was like, fuck you. I ain't doing shit. He hits Marshall to make it look like a real threat, and then forces Marshall to help him with the money outside. They collect all the money. Marshall tells him, you kind of hit me too hard. He was like, man, toughen up. And then as they're, have all the money and all they got on the table, Jenard comes to see them. Jenard is basically already had a discussion with Diamond about not killing D-Mac, and he's basically asking him, why you ain't get the job done? He was like, well, Jenard basically tells Diamond a whole other story, and they start arguing about Tommy because all that. He was like
Jenard is so jealous. He's just
yeah. His jealousy of Tommy has been evident since day one, since the minute he saw him.
Yep.
So yeah, they had the whole discussion about that with Jenard basically telling him let's choose the right time to do it. So he goes and sees D-Mac, and he gets the fentanyl that he stole from the drug dealer, and he takes that with him. He takes some of their freaking food as well, Jenard's ass, and then tells him that his involvement in CBI ain't really a concern. It ain't really a priority because they got some other stuff going on. So
Terrible.
D-Mac is just left. It's just left. You did all of that and you just left to look stupid.
Yep. Just the terrible criminals. Like, what are we doing?
Well, with his new stolen money, he's gotten a motorcycle, D-Mac. And he goes and sees his girlfriend, Genesis, his girlfriend that doesn't text him or talk to him any, and he basically is going to get her killed by hanging out with her. He convinces her, he buys her a gift, and he tells her, you know, some stuff that he remembered about her, and that convinces her to take a ride on the motorcycle with him. This nigga doing Papa Willies with a passenger.
Right, with a passenger on it, like, you a whole clown, son. Whole clown. I don't even know how this boy, he even getting girls. It's a whole. Doesn't know you are like a wannabe drug dealer. You're such a. Here we are, doggone D-Mac. Where's your daddy?
Yeah, we didn't see JP this whole season.
No, his mama.
We did get a text. Tommy got a text from JP saying that Kate got out the hospital and she went directly to New York. So, are we going to see Tommy go to New York so we can basically know the timeline and say that this is the end of season 3 of Ghost? This is around the time of the end of season 3 of Ghost when Tommy and Kate were in New York and had their interactions with Tariq.
I mean, this is, hopefully this is tying it all together, but we got to see Kate some kind of way. We got to see the mom of the year, like.
Mom of the year, Kate. Well, we know we've seen Kate in the coming attractions, so she's going to be a part of the season.
She's going to be a part of it, yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to see how they get the timelines all straight here.
Right.
That.
How we tie it all together, because he did call, Tariq did call them or whatever, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. Jose says, do you think we see Tariq at the mid-season point or closer to the series finale? I think that we're probably not gonna see the scenes of anything from Ghost, but you can do something. You can do something without us seeing Tommy actually in New York, where we end one episode with Tommy getting a call from Kate saying that it got the letter from Diana that this is the address for Tasha, and we see Tommy tell Diamond like, I gotta go take care of some business in New York, but I'll be back. And then maybe we can get one episode that's Tommy free, and that can explain the time that he was away in New York for Ghost. They should do that early on in this. They should do that in the next couple of episodes. I would think, if you're gonna do that, to get this like time wise for it to make sense, where you have that interaction and then we get a couple of episodes, and then by the end of the episode, I think then that's when we get the call to Tariq at the end of the season.
At the end of the season, when at the last scene.
Either the finale, in the finale, that the reason why Tommy is calling Tariq is that Diamond has turned on him, Miguel's after him, the cartel's trying to kill him. He has nobody left in New York that he has to call. He has nobody left in Chicago that he has to call the one person he know he can count on in New York, which is Tariq, who at that point would be one of, if not the biggest drug dealer in New York City, because he had made the deal with Noma's brother.
Oh yeah. Very true. Very true. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens and how they tie it all together. But some kind of way they will interact. We just don't know how they'll make it. They don't have to listen to us or think of our ideas. They're gonna do something, I'm sure.
They're gonna do something. So after the whole, let's talk about Tommy and Jenard and Diamond. So after the whole their whole interaction with Vic, we see that Tommy and Jenard are talking about their situation and how they can combat Miguel. So Tommy comes up with the plan that they should go after Miguel's stash house and basically create a supply and demand to the Albanians to basically have them turn on Miguel and join up with them. So Tommy says that they should set off the sprinklers and ruin that stuff, but Diamond's like they should set a fire because that would look like an accident. So that's what they wind up doing. They go to the warehouse. We see them light up, put the gasoline all around, break off the electricity, and then light up the whole shit, ruining all of Miguel's drugs. Then they get a call from the Albanians, basically telling them that yes, they want to be in deal with them. And then Tommy has to tell them like yesterday's price ain't today's price. Like nigga, like y'all should have joined up with us before. They basically say they're going to work it out, and Albanians basically ask if Miguel's going to be a problem. And he's like, he's going to be a problem, but not for you. You'll be all right. It's going to be all right. So the other issue that Tommy has is the Marquez cartel. So the Marquez cartel is still coming after him after he took out the cronies with Shanti in episode 1. So he's out with Mireya. They have a whole bunch of security with him. Mireya asks, like, do we need this much security? He was like, just in case, people coming up the head. And as soon as he said that, they fucking drive by.
Bing, right there. Right.
It was like
there.
right on cue. It was like this
right
is a
on
TV
cue.
show.
Yeah.
That's
so true.
Crazy. So they shoot after him. They shoot Bones in the shoulder. Thankfully, Mireya is a nurse, so she wants to call 911, but eventually Tommy has to tell her, like, chill, what the fuck are you doing? And she stitches him up back at the apartment. They meet up with Diamond and Jenard, who are worried about this. Basically make a plan to increase security. They want extra men on Mireya. Then he goes to Jenard, and he tells him that Jenard's job is to find the shooter, and that they want to make an example out of him. And Jenard is basically, he also tells Jenard for no reason. I was like, Tommy, this was so unnecessary. Tommy tells Jenard for no reason. He was like, just because you here today, don't think that this is an open invite to come back. You'll never be here again. I was like, God damn, what the fuck did Jenard do? I was like, I know he's an asshole. I know he's been hating on you since the beginning, but God damn, that was unprovoked.
Unnecessary, but his hate. When Tommy's always got a lady, his judgment is very cloudy. He makes the worst decisions, and he's always making decisions based off the woman that he's with. True. It's like clockwork. It is very true. Every time he got a lady, he makes the dumbest decisions, and people all suffer because of him.
It's always true. Always true. Goddamn Tommy. Tommy. We see Jenard, he goes out and he's trying to look for the guy. We also see him, he has a nice little evening with Shanti where they're having dinner together, laughing and joking, listening to R&B music. Got Shanti singing while Jenard braids her hair. I was like, look at this black love with these two awful people. Oh my God, I love it. But well, Shanti basically questioned him if he's sure that he's gonna kill Diamond when the time's right, and Jenard's like, yeah, Shabu, yeah. Later, he goes back to Shanti and shows her what D-Mac got with the fentanyl and stuff, and she questions him on if he on needle again, and he's like, no, babe. He had a little moment where he was in the car looking at the fentanyl, like it was calling him. It's calling me. The needle
calling
is
him from the moment he had it.
I need it. Tommy, meanwhile, Tommy and Diamond get word from Jenard when he finally finds the shooter. And they go and find him. Tommy and Diamond go on their next mission where they go and find him and basically approach him at gunpoint and tell him to call Ortega because they have gotten a burner to Ortega in solitary confinement. So Ortega picks up the phone and it's Tommy on the phone and basically tells him, like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, you ain't about to come after us. Like, you don't know who the fuck you fucking with right now. And basically kills the shooter on the phone with Ortega. Ortega's promising to kill him. And Tommy is here to send a message, not only to Ortega, but to their coalition. So this nigga winds up fucking sawing off the head of the shooter. And they have a meeting later with the entire coalition, and his dumbass brings the head to the meeting.
I thought he like he lost it. He don't have his judgment's so cloudy. He's just like, what are we doing? And then Diamond ain't saying nothing either.
This is an instance of earlier in the episode. He said yesterday's price ain't today's price. Well, yesterday's ideas shouldn't be today's ideas. Because this is something that him and Ghost did in season 1 of Power, when they wanted to send a message, when Pink Sneakers was shooting off a couple of their people, and they thought that they had an inside man that was a part of it. They cut the body up of the guy that they burnt up, and they sent it to everybody in their organization. So this was Tommy trying to do something similar and send that message to everybody in the organization, and said that they send a message to Ortega and the Marquez cartel. But you got one of the leaders who's like, nah, man, this guy is crazy. He was like, the Marquez cartel won't stop. They gonna come after all of us. They're the fucking cartel. Mm-hmm. And then one of his boys in Spanish is like, this Blanquito is gonna get us killed. So who comes to the rescue for Tommy? Jenard. Jenard is the one who comes to the rescue. He speaks up at the meeting and basically tells them that this is not Los Angeles, this is not Chicago, this is not New York. He looks at Tommy like, this ain't New York. And everybody's like, yeah, motherfucker. He's like, this is Chicago. He was like, we don't let anybody come up in Chicago, come up in our home. We kick them out. And this is what we do. This is what this coalition about. We're going to make some money, and we're going to make sure everybody know this is our town. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. So that gets the coalition back on side, but still, Tommy still had to say something. He was like, oh yeah, that was. He was like, oh, that was all fine and good, Jenard, but next time let the professionals handle it. And Jenard tells him about it. It's like, motherfucker, this is all your fault. He was like, everything you have done has brought trouble and death to our doorstep. He was like, this wouldn't be the case if it wasn't for you. And Tommy tells him to get the bass out of his voice. Jenard just laughs like, this motherfucker here? And Diamond has to get in between them, and he says that Jenard is right. He was like, you did not need to do anything that you did. He was like, you didn't need to bring the head to the meeting. It was like, this is not how we're supposed to do things. He was like, we need to get things straight. We need to bring order. We need to bring peace, or we're not going to be making the money. We're not going to be taking over Chicago like you want. And this is CBI's name that's on the line. CBI, Chicago Brothers Incorporated. So understand what group you with.
It's true.
So Tommy is just left in the warehouse where they're having a meeting alone with a disembodied head. And that was episode 2.
It was episode 2. Good. I was happy for Jenard for stepping up and like, nah, nigga, like you know, kind of being like the voice, like, yo, like you did this, and I think this is kind of like, I think Diamond needed to see or hear this, because it kind of like make Diamond kind of like wake up and like see like, yeah, nigga, like this happened because of you. You came to us. I didn't come to you.
Yeah.
You found me. Like, so yeah. I was proud of Jenard at that moment in time. I was like, you know, he didn't get high. He put it away. But I think it's still gonna cause an issue. But you know, here we are.
Yeah, I gotta give Jenard credit as well. He had a good episode here. He stayed off the needle. He came in the clutch for the coalition. and he's got plans moving with Shanti as well. So yeah, he's on the up and up to start off season 3 so far. Where Tommy has been very erratic. Where he won episode 1 MVP. He is definitely not in the running for episode 2 LVP. He might be in the running for episode 2 LVP, but we want to know from you. Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the comment section. Who is your MVP for this episode? Who is your LVP? What did you give the show? A thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. And out of 10, what did you give episode 2 of season 3 of Power Book 4, Force, for me and Miss Krssi Love for episode 2 of season 3 in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, what did you give this episode, Krssi?
I'm giving it another 8. Give it another 8.
I agree.
Another solid episode.
I agree.
I think it's better than episode 1. This definitely this is setting up lots of things, but it gave us more like dialect and more like things that are going to happen that are going to be consequences of people's actions.
I always enjoyed Power when it feels like the characters are on GTA missions, and we got 2 of those in this one episode. So I might go slightly higher and go 8.5 out of 10. I do agree. I think this episode was a little bit of a step up from season 3, episode 1. It had more of like the GTA feel that I enjoy from Power, and I'm enjoying how all the storylines are progressing to start the season, but they can always let me down, as always. MVP for this episode, I'm going to go with Jenard. Krssi.
Same, Jenard. Jenard, again, stepped up, putting people in their place, telling people like, nah, like this, like, he found the people that, he found like the people that tried to shoot at them. Jenard did very well. And he told Tommy about himself, which was really, really good. Cause Tommy, well, I don't know if Tommy's listening, but I think Diamond needed to hear this, but Jenard did very well. I'm going to give it to Jenard.
Yeah, Jenard stepped up. He's got plans moving. This is like the best of the best place Jenard has been since the series started. It seems like right now.
Yeah, exactly. This because no one really could give Jenard any type of credit because he was like always being jealous, but he's using his head and like being smart, and like you're a drug dealer for a reason, friend. Like use your be smart.
LVP of the episode, like I said, I thought Tommy was a candidate, but fortunately for him, his nephew is also part of the show. It's D-Mac.
Oh, D-Mac. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I was going to give it to Tommy, but yeah, no. D-Mac is definitely... Oh, God, I can't...
Yeah, he had to come up, but you already see it coming to fruition that he is going to get some consequences for his actions. There's going to be ramifications for every decision he's made so far.
Yep, for sure.
So that is our MVP, LVP for Power Book 4 Force Season 3. Of course, we will be back once again for Episode 3. I guess next week we could join back up for that. But Miss Krssi Love, of course, thank you as always for joining me. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they'll see you again.
You guys can find me Krssi Love _1, True Hill Krssi Love, and just my plain name. You'll see me back here on Saturday on our flagship show for True Hill Heat on our other channel. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yes. Join us for that. We got a big week of the True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel starting tomorrow. We got Rated Raw review as always, reviewing tonight's Monday Night Raw from Madison Square Garden. John Cena's final Raw. Be myself. Romeo returns, as well as maybe joining us tomorrow. Wednesday, we got our NJPW World Tag League preview with myself, Jay News, and Sanal breaking down the latest tournament for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then over here on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment channel, we got the latest edition of True Hill Heat Check, our basketball podcast. Check out True Hill Heat Check number 16, where we had our NBA season preview. We did that last Wednesday, where we did our tier list for every single NBA team for the upcoming season.
Okay,
And
I need to go through that.
tomorrow, dropping right here on the channel, is a clip from that episode where we talked all about Nico Harrison being fired. So join us, check that out. That's going to be dropping on the channel tomorrow. You got True Picks. I believe they're going to be dropping that either Thursday or Friday night. Thursday on the wrestling channel, we got AE Ramble as always. Then on Friday, we got our AEW Full Gear preview with myself, Maggie, and Jay News. So join us for that. And then, of course, like Krssi Love said, Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. Josh will be back, me, Miss Krssi Love, talking about the world of pro wrestling and final predictions for AEW Full Gear, which I will be live for. So if you're a wrestling fan and you're going to be in Newark, New Jersey next Saturday,
Nice.
I'll be at AEW Full Gear, so come say hi to me there, and come say hi to all the content we got here on this channel, like True Picks number 26 with all the predictions from this week of week 11 of the NFL season, including tonight's Monday Night Football game. We got dropping on the channel this week, along with True Hill Heat Check, along with an all-new True Picks. We got our Gen V Season 1 and Season 2 review. I'm going to break down everything that went down in Season 1, Season 2, getting ready for the boys' final season starting in 2026.
What?
And I will be doing
No way.
Yes, I will be doing a tier list for Gen V as well. And maybe we'll do a boys preview for the final season where we can do a tier list for that there. But got a lot of content here on this channel, a lot of content on the wrestling channel. The Full Gear week closes off on Sunday with our AEW Full Gear review. So go over and subscribe over there. Subscribe here, as we're going to have plenty new content in 2026 over here on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment. So a great time to subscribe now. But thank you so much to Miss Krssi Love. Thank you so much to all of you in the chat for joining us. Join us next week for our next Power Book 4 Force review. For Miss Krssi Love, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our Power Book 4 Force Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2 review. We are signing off until next time.
Later.